Good morning, friends. I am Patty Elhoff, the author of Upcycle with Decoupage, and today I'd like to show you a project we can do with our perfume bottles. And Upcycle with Decoupage is the name of my Facebook page as well as my website in case you're looking for most of the supplies that you'll need. And here's what we'll be working on for today. I don't know about you, but I have quite a few bottles of perfume, and you can do this project with perfume bottles that are full or that are empty, so I will show you how to get started on this. I took a perfume bottle, now this one's full, and I scraped the label off of it. I washed it in Dawn, the whole thing, and to get the label off, I scraped it off with my fingernail, and then I used alcohol. I used the 91% and cleaned off the whole surface to get every bit of oil off of here. And I apologize in advance for my nails. It was an experiment gone bad, but I have to wait 2 weeks to do them over again. So I want to use this bottle over again. So what I'm doing is taking some low tack tape and I'm putting it around the spray portion of it. Now, sometimes I get perfumes that I love the smell of, but they don't smell that nice on me. I'm sure you've had that happen in the past. But if I get them as gifts, what I'll do is I will either spray them on a tissue and put them over a heat vent, or I'll spray them on the floor mats in the car so that the car always smells really pretty. So I separated the top and the bottom, covered that top area with low tack painter's tape, and now I'm just going to take some chalk paint, and chalk paint will stick on any surface, I think almost any surface, and you don't have to do any prep work, with the exception of making sure that the surface is free of dirt and oil, but you don't have to do any type of sanding. So what I'm going to do is cover this whole surface, the top and the bottom. The top is plastic. Some of the perfume tops are plastic, some are metal. The beauty of the chalk paint is it works on the plastic, it works on metal, and it works on glass. And I'm painting this, but I'm also going to blot it a little bit with the sponge brush. So I'm going to cover this whole thing and put it aside to dry. I got these napkins at a store called Tuesday Morning. You can also get napkins on my website, Upcycle with Decoupage. You can get them on, there's a Facebook page called Mason Jar Madness and Decoupage. They've got a lovely selection over there also. And you can also check around in stores near you, the higher end card stores or stationery stores may have these. So what I'm doing is separating the napkin. I'm going to keep the lid on the bottle for this particular one in order to decoupage it. And I'm just finding the right size, the right image that I want for this particular area. And then what I'm going to do is wet my paintbrush and take that little area out. Now that I'm sure where I want my image, I'm taking some decoupage glue or Mod Podge, and I'm using matte for this project, and I'm going to cover the whole surface while this is closed. And then I'm going to apply the napkin over the top, and we're going to need saran wrap here. So once I place it over, I take the saran wrap, pull it tightly, and press everything down. Now I'm only working on one side at a time because your fingers can get sticky and you can undo your work. And I'm filing away, I'm very lightly filing away because I don't want to remove that chalk paint, so you want to get the right touch here and just file away any of those loose edges, and I'll just repeat these steps on this other side. this is dry, you can also use a fine tipped or a chiseled paintbrush dampened with a little bit of water to pull away these loose ends. If you're having trouble filing it, you can also do it that way, which I'll show you in a second. On this bottle, I'm going to wrap the napkin around the bottom. And if you've got any patches, you can just take little parts of your napkin and decoupage them over where you might have filed away too much. You can use a utility knife, which I'm doing right here, to make sure the top is separated from the bottom so it doesn't stick together. This is a different type of a perfume bottle, and I just wanted to show you. This has some grooves in it. It's not quite as flat, and this is where the saran wrap comes in really handy. You put the decoupage glue down, place your napkin over it, and use the saran wrap to pull it tight. And you can also bunch the saran wrap up and press the napkin into those grooves. This is back to the original bottle. I'm adding one more coat of decoupage glue over the bottom and the top now that it's dry, and I'm going to put these aside to dry. Now that these are dry, and you want to make sure you keep the top and the bottom separately, I'm going to use matte varnish. And you really do want to use a top coat after you've used Mod Podge or decoupage glue. They can still get sticky or damp, so a top coat or a varnish, as long as it's water-based, is always a really good idea. So I'm just coating this whole thing in the top coat, and I'm going to put both of the top and bottom pieces aside to dry. Now that that's dry, I'll just remove the tape, put this back together, and these are our completed perfume bottles. Thank you very much for your very kind comments. I'll show you in a second how that original bottle looks. And I did add a little bit of twine to one of these, just to show you how the different bottles can look. They're all using the same napkin, and some of them, this one I used a high gloss finish on, and I put mica over it because I just wanted something a little bit different and I wanted to see how it looked. But in the meantime, guys, thank you so much for all of your comments. Thank you for subscribing. If you head over to my Facebook page and click like and follow, you'll be notified every week on Facebook, the Upcycle with Decoupage page. You'll be notified every week when I have a new video come out. And I'm happy to help you with any questions you've got, so please go ahead and ask me below and I'll see what I can do to help you out. There's our original bottle. I put a little bit of twine on there because it needed a little something. And there it is. And I will see you next week with a new video and a new manicure, hopefully. And you guys have a very good week. I will see you then. Bye-bye.